going on, T? Good morning to you. Good morning to you. As some of you say, good grand rising. I was actually talking to, I read a comment on one of my videos recently where a guy was talking about why was I using the power of attorney in a child support case. And saying I was basically saying I was doing too much, pretty much. Can't remember word for word what he said, making it complicated. But everybody got their own way of how they beat child support cases. I beat a child support case before, and I didn't use no power of attorney. And it don't really take one, to be honest with you. It really don't. But the thing is, I'm using every weapon I use because of the fact that I'm trying to reverse the situation to get my son, to get access to my son. So that's the reason why I'm using it. So to beat a child support case, you don't need none of that shit. You just need to object to it and stand on it, pretty much. That's pretty much all it takes. You don't have to trade name registration, all that, creating a trust and all that stuff. In order to beat one and stay off child support, that's all you got to do is object to it. You got to file an answer. And you got to stay on that shit. Stand on it, It's really all it takes for the most part. I was thinking it took more than that, But now that I know where the power come from, why not utilize weapons to shut them down from the start? It's to stop them from even trying again. Don't even try it again. Don't call me up in here no damn more. They'll keep trying. They'll keep trying if you let them. If you have nothing in place, a lot of times they'll keep trying. Because when I beat it, I kept in mind I went through a lot of stress, me not knowing what I was doing for the first time in a court case. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know. I was reading and learning as I was going. So that's why it was very stressful trying to race against time, trying to, get my son back before he get too big, and didn't want to miss out on all the first things that, you experience as a father. So me doing this crash course thing that I was going through, I was trying all kind of stuff, not realizing that all they were going to do is try 3 times, keep trying with this paperwork and just keep responding to it, and just keep your mind settled, stay calm about it. Then that's all it takes. But I didn't realize that at the time. So that's why I was panicking a lot. Emotional in my paperwork, filing this and filing that. I was filing all kind of stuff in that thing, trying to see if I can get some movement, So that's why. That's how I went through so much hell to get it done. But in looking at it in hindsight, I'm like, shit. All I had to do was just keep objecting to it. But when you use that power of attorney, you stop them from even fucking with you altogether because they know they have no power to do nothing else. It won't be no 3 rounds. You know what I'm saying? I went to 3 different hearings during that first time I did it. Probably because of what I was saying in my paperwork too, because my paperwork wasn't as sharp as it would be now. Because it wasn't as sharp. A lot of stuff I was saying, you can really overtalk, say too much, and they look for loopholes in your writings all the time. They can see if you know what you're talking about in your writings. And so they have no problem trying to, keep it going if they can keep it going, So that's all I was, I should have just, anyway, I got enough sunlight. I guess I will. I'll pause it for a minute and I'll get back in it. I'll get back into it. Because I got to go ahead and grab some food for my dad. It's his birthday today, so pardon me for a second. Okay, yeah. But yeah, back to what I was saying, you don't need all that different stuff to beat child support. You just got to stand on your square when it comes to objecting to it, And I guess I'll take this moment to address this logic, this so-called logic I see people they use when they talk about, they try to discredit, the information that I put out there concerning beating a child support case because they already own child support and I beat child support already. I don't understand the logic behind that. They feel like you got to actually be in there and drowning already in order to know how to get out of it, as if it takes a different strategy to get off as it does to stay off. Why? I don't understand that logic, because if you can dismantle somebody's ability to lock you into something, to sign off on something, that obligates you to some type of a debt, then you should be able to use that. You should be able to use the same strategy that's used to dismantle that, to stop them to dismantle their power from putting you in it. You can use that same power to dismantle their power to, from keeping you in it, if that makes sense. Some probably just won't get that. If they don't have the power if they never had the power from the get-go, what make you think they have the power to keep you there? So I don't know. I don't get the logic behind that. I don't understand that at all. I try to, but it's hard for me to get it. Because I see what, I don't know. This guy was just talking to me just yesterday. Well, about 2 days ago. He was talking to this guy who's kind of just bringing it to his attention to what I was showing him about the power of attorney. And how their power originally comes from this power of attorney that grants these officials the ability to delegate to different other agencies and agents to administer your estate on your behalf. You're trying to help him understand it, and he trying to mention Emrose, and automatically the dude dismissed it. Though this guy talked to me multiple times on the phone in the past. I ain't talked to him probably about a year or so now, but I've talked to him many times over the phone. But now I see why he don't call, But he just dismissed it automatically, because that's where it came from. There's another guy, he's on the internet. He's still on child support. He got a following that's paying him monthly dues and some kind of club fees or some type of clique he done created that he got all these people paying him monthly fees for. That's probably what's paying his child support, because he ain't never beat child support. Yeah, he teaching other people how to beat child support. I don't understand how gullible people can be. I don't get that. I just don't get, how are you going to follow somebody that can't help you get out of there? Yeah, you dismiss what I'm showing you, and I'm showing you how to beat a case. I don't feel sorry for some people, to be honest with you. This is how the world operates. The world operates on, like, it's a polarized world. So I don't let it get me riled up about it. It's kind of funny, but it's sad at the same time. Because you can't save everybody. Because there'll always be slaves and leaders. Slaves and masters. Followers and leaders. Negative, positive, feminine, masculine, up, down, left, right. That's how the world operates. So everybody's not going to get free. Some people are going to be on child support till their kids get grown. And they probably still going to be paying in. I'm not there trying to save everybody. Some of them probably need to be on child support. Be quite honest. I hate the child support scam altogether. I don't like the scam altogether. The state don't need to be involved in your business. But anyway, I'm gonna get on out this thing, man. I was just making this video pretty much just kind of touch on the, be willing, just kind of to keep your mind sharp when it comes to being willing to look up stuff. Check the credibility of people when they're showing you stuff. Don't get caught up on these, the crowds, trying to teach you, trying to get you to go look in and go read this book, read that book. Is it a law book? Is it a law book, Or is it just somebody that just, is it one of them chained to the sky type of books? I know a lot of y'all bought that damn book. That book was straight trash. Bunch of typos and affidavits. That's all. Nothing that teach you nothing. Some of you bought. Let me ask y'all. You got to ask yourself something. I was on a call just the other night, and this is not the shit on the guy. I don't even know who it was I was talking to on the phone. It was like 8 people on the call. I was on there. I don't know who the guy was, so I'm not even here to shit on the guy. Okay, but he was teaching from this book, the Redemption Manual. I have nothing against the Redemption Manual, However, because I never read the damn book. Hell, I got the 5th version in my emails. I never read it. I read maybe the first couple pages, and I didn't stay on it. Think about this. Ask yourself this. If the first version was solid, why do you need 6 of them? Why you got to remix it, man? It was 6 times. Why you got 6 versions of it? Was the first one not solid enough? What was it missing for you to have to go 6 more times? Not 2 times, not 3, not 4, not 5. 6 versions of the same damn book. Think about that. You got to think about that. Same thing happened with that Chain to the Sky book. Everybody jumped. It was a hot commodity. Before you know it, it's a damn revised version. It's the same shit. Got a new book cover on there. Make it look like it's some more shit in there that he done added in there that's supposed to be make it even more powerful. Y'all gotta stop following trends, man. Start reading some law books and stop reading people opinionated ass books. Especially a lot of time they're not. Let me tell you something. Just cause because it was said on that call that it was good because it was scripture based. Like there's a lot of churches be scripture based. That don't make them good churches. All pastors might start off their whole sermon with a scripture from a book, from the Bible, and then they read that thing, and then they take off into their sermon and be done twist that whole scripture to make it say something it didn't even say. Think about that now. Somebody buy a book and they got to make all these different versions of that same book. It's a hot seller now because everybody think it's so popular. Just imagine if you were the one that wrote that book, the Redemption Manual, and then now everybody talks about this book. For years I've been hearing people talk about that book. Now with 6 versions, years later, it's 6 versions of that same damn book. What was it missing 5 other times? Ain't doing my damn fleecing y'all ass. Just read the laws, man. Find out what the laws say about this stuff. The laws tell you how to play the game. Just look the stuff up, man. Stop jumping on every hot thing that everybody talk about. If you fall in the crowd, you probably go in the wrong direction. You run to somebody and they tell you first thing you need to do is authenticate your birth certificate. You fall in the crowd. I did all that too. I done authenticated at least 7 of them. Birth certificate. Steady authenticating them. I ain't never got no remedy from that. Never. Waste of money. And look how long you got to wait for it to come back from the federal. Now imagine I did that 6 times throughout the year. 6 or 7, I think 6 or one of them. I did a bunch of times, and I did it one for mine and my son. I did both of them at the same time. Imagine the money and time I spent waiting on those things to get authenticated, only to not get no remedy from it. Only to realize that's not the real purpose for doing that. Study the term authenticate, see what it means. And then it tells you what it means. Somebody said when you authenticate it to the federal level, it takes it out of the jurisdiction of the United States. Where the fuck you read that at? Who told you that? You heard that online, but you didn't read it nowhere. Not in no credible source, you didn't. You probably read it on a .com website. A .com website. Not a .gov website. You ain't gonna read it on none of them because it's not there. The same website we read when we talk about the passport, the DS-11 passport, the federal website, the federal, no, y'all know what I'm talking about, Department of, y'all know. It says it specifically what it means. When you authenticate something, you authenticate it so it can be used outside of the country. But we've been told, go authenticate your birth certificate, and then you're moving into a trust, you know. I did all that too. I did that too. I ain't gonna front like I didn't. I did it. At the same time, it sounds like a good theory. You're supposed to just be using the trust. You're supposed to use that thing to live your life. We're moving it out of the jurisdiction of the United States corporation. And where we learn that from? We learned that from some so-called guru that's acting like they knew some shit that we didn't know. You know, like they got some type of esoteric knowledge that you can only find out when you call them, when you turn to them and get you a consultation and pay for their processes. And then I can talk this shit because I don't be selling y'all nothing. I don't be selling y'all shit. I'm gonna start selling because it seems like my time don't be valuable as y'all, as a lot of people make it as it is. To some people, people take me for granted a lot. You know, I don't right now though. So I talk that shit because this is what I've been seeing over the years. Can't dismiss information and, you know, you just following every little trend that you see. Damn. Okay. When this shit kick in, I'm gonna go in there and lift the bill. I'm gonna leave this building tilted. Come up out of there, I'm gonna have to change the whole foundation on it. I'm gonna lift everything in there. I thought I'd make this video, y'all, just kind of address a couple of things. I'm just kind of venting a little bit. I feel good. Today's my dad's 73rd birthday. He turned 73 today. Of course, I had to tell him. So I'll probably get some birthday cake and try to do something for him, something. And continue my caregiver duties. Do what I gotta do. Make sure he's good, like always. And I'm gonna come up with some more. There's a couple of videos I want to get off into the consumer law aspect of things. That's one of the main reasons I'm starting to challenge a lot of things that we've been doing over the years, because once you get into consumer law, you start realizing, damn, that damn straw man is supposed to be a blessing. It ain't no damn curse unless you don't know how to use it. You're supposed to be using that damn thing. You got to move it out of the jurisdiction of the United States. How? How? You ain't moving nothing because you did that. You know, I mean, I don't see how. I've never read nothing that said that. I never read nothing that said that. There's a lot of things we hear on the internet that we know. There's quite a few things we've heard over the internet we've never, you know, like they keep on saying. I still hear on the internet, you registering something, that means you abandon it. Like, you never read that shit in the internet. You never read that before. How you abandon something you register? Register means to record. Look the shit up and stop down regurgitating shit. Don't mean to real. You abandon nothing. You're giving it to the state. How? A lot of the stuff that, you know, a lot of the stuff that we're saying, you know, we don't. A lot of stuff we don't. I understand if you changing the how can I say? Just take, for instance, you take this car. I got the title to the car. Okay, it's in my estate name, Michael Rosemont. Okay, and I create a grant deed, and it's over. You know, it's signed over to the name of of my trust. If I want to ever do business using this car, the trust being a domestic trust is still in the United States jurisdiction, because it's not a 9(8) trust. And then how you gonna be able to, you know, I don't know anybody traveling in a car that's in a 9/8 trust, ownership. I don't know anybody doing that. I don't know how anybody could do that, because they know for how you know. I mean, you probably could if you probably move, transfer it, and then, but how you gonna get a tag on it? You can't get a tag. You can't get a tag on it at all. You can create one, but then now you got your magnet police. You're gonna be getting pulled over. You want them problems? If you want them problems, go for it. I ain't doing that shit. I don't care. I don't want the problems. I done had 2 strokes, man. I live a peaceful ass life right now. I don't stress about shit. So I'm not gonna invite no trouble to my life just to prove nothing to nobody. I'm not doing it. I'm just not gonna do that. So, you want to put your stuff in a 9/8 trust, That's cool, you want to do that. You're gonna get pulled over all the time. Constantly getting pulled over. That shit it gets taxing. I don't want my spirit being vexed about someone getting pulled over constantly over and over. And see, you don't know that they actually have trust. They have trust tags at the tag office. They actually have. If you got to trust your stuff in a trust, a domestic trust. Domestic meaning it doesn't have a 9/8 number EIN. It's a regular EIN number. It's in the jurisdiction of this country. 9/8. It's in the jurisdiction of another country outside of America. Okay, so it's within this country. You can get a trust tag assigned to it. Call your DMV and find out. I guarantee they got one, because I've seen it before. I just never got one, because my car ain't paid off yet. I ain't got the title yet. It's paid off, but I gotta get the title. Y'all get it. But once I do that, I'll take on that journey once I get the title to the car, and see about getting a DMV, from the DMV, see what they have as far as how trust tags go and how that process go. I'll look into all that. Till then, I'm not gonna sit here and try to teach on some shit I ain't looked into. I ain't gonna let nobody tell me no bullshit they ain't never did. They ain't never read into it. They just heard some shit somebody else said, and they ain't read nothing into it. Can't show me no damn laws to back up what you saying. Don't say nothing to me about it. Then I'll take on that. But anyway, I'm just renting, y'all. Let me get on out this damn thing. I gotta go in here and try to get fined. I'm trying to see if I can get fined and say I need to find me a woman. I'm a lonely soul around this motherfucker nowadays. And I don't care nothing about these damn streets. These streets ain't got nothing out here. You joking crazy out here. When these folks doing all kind of weird shit, there's abominations. When I don't want no parts of it, I want to find me a good level-headed, steady one I can grow old with. Let me get off here. M Rose signing out.